All right, that's recording. And oh shit, I turned that off as opposed to recording, hitting record. Ah,
Okay,
what's up?
I'm rolling.
Okay, me too. I just started. Yeah, how about that? So hello and welcome to this episode of the Nerd Word. And today, all the way from the UK, we've got my boy BattlBeats.
Hey, what up?
Yeah, I'm super excited to see the way this turns out, with the audio and video and cuts back and forth. It's gonna be really fun to edit this.
We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah,
It'll be good.
yeah, for sure. I'm really surprised that because you were telling me that you record stuff off of your phone. Your phone has pretty good camera quality.
Yeah, it's just my iPhone 8 Plus, and I use like the front-facing camera, not the rear one, so I can see a little bit what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I do add a few filters that make it look a bit old school, vintage, because that takes away from the bad quality.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I've got my Google Pixel, so it has pretty good quality. The only thing I noticed, speaking of audio quality, all right, so like the other day, for one of the first times I used my actual microphone mic for
The new one.
No, actually, to be honest, I feel like that mic's gonna be. So I've been messing around with it, and I feel like it's gonna be more for like singing, like high singing, like on the high end. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it, you know how in the back of some mics you don't get room noise, but what you do get is that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get like just a bit of fuzz.
Yeah. So I feel like, don't get me wrong, it's nice and all, but I absolutely love it, and plus the way it looks is incredible. I like that rockabilly look.
You need to set it up in like a really cool backdrop and start doing music videos and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was already thinking about that. Regardless if it's getting used all the time or not, it's just an awesome prop. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, it is a $250 prop.
It's an expensive prop.
Yeah. I'm definitely, like I said, if I make a song where I'm just going ham singing or something, I'll probably plug in this microphone. But as far as for like speaking and stuff, my Audio Technica, my AT2021 or whatever it is just AT2020, I guess. Yeah, 2020 USB Plus is what it is. It
Nice.
actually sounds so good. Like I compared all the mics because I also have like a blue microphone.
Yeah.
So I compare.
They're all right. They're a bit overrated, I think.
Yeah. Well, I got that's the one I got from the pawn shop.
All right.
So I mean, if I was able to get it from the pawn shop for like $70 or something. So I couldn't pass up on that.
Is it a USB one?
No. The both the Shure 55 and the blue are both XLR.
No, that's good.
They yeah, for sure. I at some point soon, cuz like I told you, I just have the little Scarlett. I feel like I need to get me probably another one, and I want to get a decent mixer as well where I can just have all the outputs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think my audio interface it's an all right one. It was about, when I got it about 5 years ago, it was about £200, so about $250,
Mm-hmm.
and it does the job. My mic is like just $100 mic. It's not fancy, but I rarely record vocals, so
Yeah.
when I do record it, it gets an all right sound. But if I was to get a mic that I really want, I want that Shure SM57B. The one that I've seen in all the videos.
So
With like the foam on the end. That's the one I want.
yeah. So whenever you saw that I got a Shure, you probably were like, "Hey."
Yeah. But that bad boy's like $350, so I gotta be selling some beats for that.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, that'll be the thing too. It's just like, yeah, this mic was brought to you by My Beats. That's cool.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
the what so that microphone, yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. Is it kind of like, it's kind of like cone shaped and pointed? Am I thinking about the right one?
Yeah, yeah. You see it on a lot of radio shows, music videos, stuff like that.
The cool thing that you don't really need, I mean, of course you're gonna get a dope ass microphone, but as of right now, especially, you said you don't do a whole lot of vocals. Plus, you already are accomplished at like mixing. So if you're able, really, that's where it comes down to the sound quality, is whenever you're making it sound good. You know, the microphone
Yeah,
can only do so much in the end.
yeah, exactly. Like the one thing that I find, the room that I'm in, that my studio's in,
Mm-hmm.
isn't treated so too well, so there's a lot of echo.
Mm-hmm.
I do have like an isolation ball over my mic, which does, pardon me, does the job. But the next studio I get, I'm gonna really go hard on getting some good acoustic treatment. Because then, even if you've got an average mic like I do,
Mm-hmm.
you can get a dead room. So then, when I do go and mix it, I'm already working on something good with no natural echo or reverb and all that.
Mm-hmm. For sure. The a few of the things, I know you probably, like me, have a like a list of stuff that you're like, once I get money, this is what I
Yeah,
want next.
exactly.
I know there's a few things, and I've looked into making them too, because I'm not against making my own things. Like on one of my walls, I have of course, you know, the foam squares, the red and black. But on the other
Yeah.
one, I actually have egg cartons. I have egg cartons on
Oh,
the other
right.
wall. And
Is that the one that we don't see?
I, you said, is that the wall
Is that
that we don't see?
Yeah? Is that the one that you have the camera facing so we can't see it?
Well, actually, no. So the way it works, the way my room works is, I have my computer, and then behind the computer is the red and black checkers, and then opposite, like if that was me facing my computer in the squares, to my back is my kitchen.
Oh, right, nice. So
So
it's proper home studio.
yeah, it really is a home studio. It's funny because as soon as people walk in the door, they're like, "Oh shit, what you got going on here?" And
Yeah,
I'm grinding is what I'm doing.
exactly. That's one thing people just don't. People who maybe think about, oh, I really wish I could do this. I really want to be this when I'm older, or no, and all that. And then they see someone like you or me actually going and doing it and grinding every day and staying up late. They're like, whoa, like you guys are really gonna make it. And then they're like, oh, I'm just too busy. I'm tired. But that's like they're just excuses.
For
Just
sure. There's
crack
days
on and do
there
it.
there's days that for real that I don't feel like recording a video. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna, if I'm shooting a reaction or something like that, I'm not gonna have the energy, in the video or something. But
Mhm.
you just, like you said, you just do it. And it's funny, when it came to like audio quality, which now in my most recent reaction, I actually made my microphone audio line up with the video audio, and to be honest, it does sound a lot better. It's a little bit more work, but that's the price you pay, for better
Yeah,
quality. And
I found that.
yeah, but then there's the little thing in your head that's like, is it even worth a little bit more quality? Just because, like, to be honest, my most viewed video, the one that's like about 21K now for that reaction to the epic rap battle,
Mhm.
um, that one was whenever I literally didn't, my computer was broken and I was just recording off of my phone.
Yeah.
So
That's
I look at my most viewed video. It makes me feel two different types of ways, right? One way, I'm like, dang, really nobody has an excuse, because my highest viewed video is just off of my phone.
yeah.
And then it makes me feel another way where it's like, well, damn, is it even worth all the extra work to make the quality better if they don't care? They'll watch it off a phone.
Yeah, they don't care. I mean, if what you can pump out in the quickest amount of time is still good, like I don't think it matters. But I've noticed the difference when I've done like I'm filming a beat
Mm-hmm.
video and I'm explaining how I did. Like if for example I made a video today
Mm-hmm.
and I remixed. Do you know the TV show You? You might not have seen it on Netflix.
Haven't seen it yet. I wait,
It's
wait, wait,
about
wait.
this.
Tell me about it real quick. I think I may have heard.
I've only seen a bit of it, but the theme tune's really cool. So it's about this guy who is a bit of a psycho and he stalks girls.
Oh, actually, I've heard quite a bit about that show.
Yeah,
and he's
I've
apparently.
heard it.
Huh?
You what? Go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say that literally anyone that's watched the show, the way they describe it to me, they're like, "Hey, this dude, he's really good at stalking." I'm like, that's kind of a funny thing to tell me. Just, man, this guy's good at stalking, because apparently he gets in relationships with them and then kills them, right?
Yeah. So yeah, backtracking a little bit, but yeah. So I took the theme tune, which is like a really cool sort of melody, and I made it into a sort of a chill kind of beat, kind of my style. And I made a video where I was explaining, like you've seen on my Instagram and stuff, and I filmed me saying something along the lines of, so we take the melody and we did this, but then the next clip was the actual audio, good quality, instead of me filming it off my phone. So I could film it just off my phone, but then it doesn't sound as good, so I do take that compromise, whereas sometimes the voiceovers I just let that be for my phone microphone, but then I can really tell, and it bugs me, but
for sure
I don't really let it stop the video going, because sometimes I try and post videos daily. I'm not doing too good at that at the moment, but so yeah, I don't try and let that hinder me. Plus I've never had any video boom and go over. You know, my highest viewed video was like 4,500. So
well,
it's not too much.
Yeah, no, but we're out here, we're working and we're grinding. I mean, to be honest, if you were to tell that to somebody that, I don't know, has like just started trying to do YouTube, and if they had gotten a video with like 4,500, they'd be like, oh man, this video popped off for me. You know what I'm saying? So
this is like one of my first ever videos, and and I was like, even now I watch it, I still like think, I could have done it better. Because I went to the supermarket, Tesco's. I don't know if you know what Tesco's is, but it's like Walmart.
Okay.
And I went and I recorded, me hitting a bag of flour and me crunching on a bag of noodles.
I don't know if I don't know if I watched that one from you, but I definitely watched the one where you went into the woods and were getting and like hitting branches and twigs and stuff and made a beat out of it.
Yeah, that was actually a fun video.
That looked like you had fun, and by the way, that shows through too. Whenever you're having a good time, like it shows. People can get that energy.
Yeah, exactly, because it's like when I'm going and hitting a rubbish bin or a trash can, as you guys say, you're just like, now I've hit that sounds like this in my headphones. Now what is it that I can do in the studio to make it sound like a real drum? And it's really fun. But sometimes a lot of the things I record I skip over because there's not much good. So like last week I was cooking dinner, and I was like trying to record some samples. Then I put everything into the studio and the DAW, and yeah, I just wasn't feeling it, so I just had to skip it. I just couldn't get the drums to sound good, and I couldn't. I tried to use the microwave to make like a synth, and it didn't work. Maybe I should go back and give it some justice, but you win some, you lose some.
I like the idea of turning kitchen sounds into a beat. That seems like it could, with all those different pots and pans and stuff. That seems like that could really lend itself to a beat. So I see something there.
I did do one video where I did that, and it sounds good, but most of my videos on YouTube don't do too well. It's mainly Instagram where they do better because I got more followers. But I'm trying to build my YouTube up, and that's fun. Just trying to think of, because normally I make a condensed 1 minute video, whereas then you have to go in and explain it for 5-6 minutes or so, and that's fun as well.
I always everyone always has like I think there's probably the stronger and their weaker social medias, and it's funny because like, okay, all right, so you said most of your videos don't do good. I'll have mine. My channel is very up and down. So I'll have a video where I'm like, wow, that got a good amount of views, and then I'll have like 5 or 6 in a row that just get like 30 views, but then I'll get another one that pops off, a couple thousand views. I'm like, oh, there we go. But that's all. It's all a part of the grind, though.
Exactly. And then one day you'll have a video where it goes like 1 million, then all your other videos that are like the 10 before will all get an extra few thousand views.
That's what I'm
and
saying. The dream.
Your subscribers will go up.
Oh man.
It's like, I feel like that's what's going to happen to me. One song's just going to pop off in the next few years, and then and then that's it. Go time.
Well, plus with you working with so many other people, like all the other like artists and rappers and stuff like that, and making beats that are in a bunch of different locations, eventually, especially like if one of your, excuse me, if one of your beats gets picked up by like a really large artist or whatever, and then they're gonna want to know who made that beat, and then like all of your, that's where you're in an interesting spot. Like all of your social media, they're gonna be like, who is this guy? How do I get one of his beats? You know?
Definitely. And then they can see. I try and come across quite personable as well, so people kind of get to know me. Obviously, I don't tell them my shoe size and what my favorite food is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Still try and be nice and friendly.
You know, speaking of shoe size, I don't know what. Okay, so the inside of like if I pick up a pair of shoes, right, and I go and I get them, it'll have like the different sizes like US, UK. What does the same thing over there, or does does UK come first?
UK and then US, then Europe. But UK is one size below.
Oh, US. Oh, okay, all right, I got you.
I would wear I would wear US 10s, but UK 9s.
Oh, got you. Yeah. I wear 13s. 12 to 13 is what I wear. But you know how different shoes, they'll size different. So
I find Adidas are tighter than Nikes for some reason. Don't know why.
You said what?
I think Adidas are tighter than Nikes.
Oh yeah, and then Converses, they're like a longer shoe, but they're like thinner. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I've not had a pair of those since I was like 12.
Hey,
they were good shoes.
don't ever play basketball or sports in them. Or at least for me, they ripped up my pinky toes. People used to just do everything in Converses back in the day, and I'm just like, how? You must have had the most calloused pinky toe.
Crazy.
But the back to the music, which to be on, hey, back to the music, isn't that a thing? I think that's a thing on the yeah. So, but back to the music, because I think that when it comes to music and being an artist and getting better in different areas, that to me is nerdy in its own right. And I think that's what we're gonna base most of this episode around, which makes sense because, you know, me and you are both in different avenues working together on music. So I feel like that's I feel like, you know, anything and everything based around like something in particular, I feel like the nerd umbrella covers a lot of different avenues.
Yeah, it does.
Which I'm sure at some point we'll talk superheroes and stuff, because, you know, that's just gonna that's just gonna happen.
R.I.P. Oliver Queen.
Oh man, hey, I watched Crisis Infinity Earths. I finished it.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Oh man, it was so good, and it like gave you everything that you wanted. It was like I got to see Kevin Conroy be an actual Batman. I got to see Brandon Routh be Superman again, which was cool. And then what was some of the other moments? Oh yeah,
there was Robin from the '66 Batman Robin TV show.
Yes, it was funny because I was like, oh snap, and then, but Seth didn't know who he was, but of course he doesn't look the same.
No, he's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and then you got to see Ezra Miller from the live action movies have a cameo.
Do you know why I think they did that? Because everyone loves the Flash TV show and Arrow and all of that, but no one likes the DC movies, really. Like Justice League, Batman, Superman. Everyone's saying they were trash. Release the Snyder Cut and all that, and yeah, I think they did that to build hype for the movie. Because everyone loves the Flash.
Well, look here. I think the Flash movie is going to be great for multiple reasons. One, it's already confirmed that it's going to be a version of Flashpoint Paradox, and I think that's what they were talking about in Crisis Infinity Earth. He was like, "What? You don't know?" I think it's because it hasn't happened to him yet. in his timeline. So he doesn't even know that he's about to trash the timeline. And so he's going to trash the timeline, and then Ben Affleck's not going to be Batman anymore. It's going to be Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
And then Superman, Henry Cavill, I'm not sure if it's confirmed he's not going to be Superman, but if he isn't going to be Superman, this is the time to get him out of here. Besides, he's doing The Witcher, and The Witcher's incredible.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do it again.
Yeah.
I think I think they're finding someone else.
All right,
I think Brandon Routh could have a good shot at it.
I'm not in for bringing somebody like back to try the role again. I think if you're gonna do it, just go ahead and start over, and maybe even possibly get somebody younger, kind of like you're about to get Robert Pattinson as Batman. He's gonna be a little bit younger Batman. I think you should just go ahead and get a little bit younger Superman, just because if there's one thing about superheroes, I want to get a little bit more use out of them, you know what I'm saying, before we have to switch to somebody else, and then I have to get reacclimated to the way somebody else acts.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
But it'd be cool because Flash will go ahead and like tear up his timeline, and then you can go ahead and switch out your Batman and your Superman, but also keeping your Aquaman, Jason Momoa, and your Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Because
and Cyborg.
Yes, and Cyborg. Because people had said they loved Wonder Woman, and they loved of the DC movies, people like Aquaman and they like Wonder Woman. Aquaman did over $1 billion at the box office.
Yeah, it was a good film actually.
And
the new Wonder Woman comes out soon. When's it dropping?
I don't know the exact date. I tried to do a reaction to the trailer, and I tried to post it 3 or 4 different times, and it just wouldn't upload and was just getting taken down. I've never really had a reaction to a movie just not do that. The only time I've ever really had a video taken down was the time I tried to react to Rick and Morty season 4.
Ah.
It's funny the things that they pick and choose to, just nah. You're not putting that up.
Yeah, I've never had anything taken down. Touch wood.
Well,
yeah.
I mean that's the good thing about you.
My headphones have just come out.
Oh.
There we go. We're back.
Well, that's the good thing about you essentially making 100% your content. With your beats and whatnot.
Exactly. Although I have started to remix things a little bit more trending, a little bit more viral. I made a Shakira Super Bowl beat. Did you see that?
Oh, you redid the beat?
I remixed her performance at the Super Bowl and put the tongue bit in. Do you know when she did the tongue bit on the TV?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I did that. It was really cool.
Heck
you
yeah.
have to check it out after this.
No, I got you. Yeah, 100%. I didn't even see that Super Bowl performance. I only watched the first half of the game, and to be honest, I wasn't that invested in it because neither one of the teams were my team, and I was like, I got other stuff going on anyway. This is it. Like, if one of the if one of the teams had been like, let me see. Let me just let you know. The only thing I got from it was I'm kind of low key glad that Kansas City won, just because they ended up. My Houston Texans, we choked really hard, and we lost after having a 24-0 lead to them in the playoffs. And at least now there's like a little bit of like, well, at least the team we lost to won the Super Bowl. It's like,
I'm surprised you're not thinking you wish they didn't win because they beat you.
Do what?
I thought you'd say, "Oh, I was a bit gutted because they beat us. I didn't want them to win."
Nah, I'm usually of the mode that I'm like, well, if someone else is able to beat us, they better win the whole thing, because otherwise, then your loss is for naught. That I know that not everybody sees it that way, but that's the way I see things.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Like if I were like in a fighting tournament or something, and a dude kicked my ass, I was like, well, then you better win the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you can beat me,
yeah,
you better go win.
Yeah, exactly. Now if he kicks my ass and then loses at the next round, that just makes it look like I suck.
Exactly. You don't want to look rubbish. But NFL's not really a big thing in England, to be fair. There's only a small amount of people who really watch it.
You watch though, or NBA is more your thing, right?
I watch NBA really, and I watch First Take, and they always talk about NFL, so I kind of know what's going on without watching it, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. You kind of get a little bit of the side information. Stephen A.
which is
Smith.
good.
Look,
He's so funny.
I'm fine with him talking about NBA, NFL, pretty much all those sports, but I'm of the opinion that I agree, and some people disagree with me, and that's fine. He does not need to be talking about MMA. He doesn't know enough, and whenever he says something, it doesn't, like, at least with NFL and the NBA, he's been watching for a very long time, and you can tell that, like, yeah, he knows the players, he knows what they're doing out there, like, he understands the game. When it comes to mixed martial arts, he just doesn't know enough, and so that means that, I mean, yeah, maybe he'll say something every now and then that's correct, but for the most part, he's saying stuff without understanding the fighters or the way the game works. Like, I agree with Joe Rogan. I'm just like, nah, it's all right. You can go. Just let I don't know if you watch MMA, but I watch MMA, and I'm like, just let Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan and Dominic Cruz. Those are all people that have been in fighting and know fighting and can break it down more thoroughly and explain what happened, as opposed to someone that's just like, well, it looked like he gave up in there because he lost in 40 seconds. I'm like...
Yeah, but that's like... ESPN probably stretching him a bit too thin, really. Stick him on.
And besides, Stephen A. Smith is on every other show on ESPN. So, like, he can just go and do every other show. Like, I'm fine with that. And I understand why he's on the show. He has a big personality, and he's able to, like, you know, really convey what he's feeling and his emotions, and he's very well spoken. I don't disagree with any of that. I just think that the man does not need to be talking about MMA.
No, definitely not.
Even though...
Stick to basketball.
Yeah, that's basketball, football, like, you know, all that. Like, he can just... I'm just like... And, you know, it's funny, like, there's other people I watch, and I'll get off of this in a second, but MMA is like when it comes to stuff I watch on YouTube, like, you know how you have your stuff that pops up? I usually have music, rap pop up, mixed martial arts, everything MMA pop up, and currently I've low-key been getting sucked back into wrestling.
What, WWE?
Yeah. I haven't really been watching lately. Up until the last couple of months, it seems like the storylines and stuff are getting more, like, Edge came back, and it looks like the stories, like The Fiend and Bray Wyatt and all that stuff, is seeming a lot more like old school almost. And I think it's kind of slowly drawing me back in, because I used to be a huge fan.
I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
With John Cena and Kane, Undertaker, Rey Mysterio. John Hardy. Was it Jeff Hardy?
Oh, yeah. You got... Oh, Jeff Hardy was your favorite?
And Shawn Michaels.
Heck yeah. You know...
I once pedigreed a friend at school. And I chipped his tooth.
Oh, man. I once RKO'd somebody at school. You know Randy Orton?
You're a big guy as well, so that would...
Oh, well, I wasn't as... I mean, I was fat then. I was huge. I was like a big old butterball, because all I did was eat ice cream and watch movies.
Oh, right.
It's why I have, like, a huge... Like, I have, like, a... It's, first of all, it's what makes me a nerd, because for the first, I don't know how many years of my life, all I did was like, read comics, watch cartoons, and watch movies, and that's continued on into my adult years, but it completely absorbed me. So, like, whenever anybody brings up, like, old school movies or things like that, I'm like, no, yes, I've seen that, yeah. Because all I used to do was eat cookies and cream and watch movies.
Very nice. I got a tub of Ben and Jerry's waiting for me after this.
Hey, have you ever eaten any Halo Top?
No, we don't get that here.
Oh, damn. All right, so look, it's good, and it is slightly healthier for you. So it lets you get like an ice cream fix without like being incredibly bad for you.
Do you get Oatly? Do you know what Oatly is? That made its way over to the US.
You said Oatly?
Oatly.
Oatly. Is it like oatmeal?
Yeah, oat milk.
You said oat milk?
Yeah, oat milk. They make oat milk in Scandinavia, and it's now all over Europe, and they make oat ice cream now. It's nice.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Like, you mix oats with water, blend them up, leave them overnight, sieve out the oats, put a bit of vanilla in it. I think you've got your milk.
Nice. I mean, I always knew like the way they made like almond milk and stuff like that. There's like a bag or something, and then you soak the nuts, and then you like their liquid or whatever that comes out will turn out to be the milk.
And how the hell have we got onto oats and almond?
I don't know. Hey, look, that's the beauty of a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like
a variety channel.
Yeah, that is literally, you hit the nail on the head. When it comes to anything I do, I just feel like it's all over the place. My views and the videos that I make are like also representative of like the music I listen to. Which that is a perfect transition into what I was going to do. Are you able to open up a window for like a YouTube video while you're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now.
Oh, perfect. All right, so I want you to look up a group called LadyBaby.
LadyBaby.
Yes.
Christmas song?
I wouldn't go Christmas song. What it is it's a fusion, right, of what I would refer to as.
Is it K-pop?
No. K-pop is their pop version. This is, imagine if some of the female vocals you would hear on like anime intros and stuff was mixed with heavy metal.
Okay.
And yeah, I would say just click on anyone. There should be some with like, it says LadyBaby with like an arm flexing or something. You should see somewhere a guy with a beard and like two girls, and they're all wearing dresses.
And there's fire.
You said what?
And there's fire.
And This Fire? Is that the name of a song?
Yeah. No, there's fire in the background.
Yeah. Click on any of it. I just said like, yeah, because
hold on. There's a dude with a beard in a bowl of food with two girls.
that a bowl of food, maybe. But I just is he wearing a dress?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably it.
Okay.
Because what I want you to do is because you're not going to be able to understand what they're saying unless you like speak like Japanese. But do you secretly speak Japanese?
No.
Okay.
Although I can speak in Swedish.
Oh, okay. Oh well, what I want you to do is I want you to hear it, and then I want to get your reaction to like musically the way that it sounds.
Okay. Shall I send you the link after this so that you can put the video in the podcast, or we're not going to do that?
Oh, yeah, you go ahead and send me that link. I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah, that'll work out perfect whenever I'm editing it.
Alrighty then.
Oh, man, I'm excited. Oh, you already sent me the link. Cool.
So there's nice guitar solo with some oriental toms and percussion and some really nice ambient pads. I like that. Reminds me of the Jessica Jones intro.
Ah.
There's a weird guy with a beard.
Hey, I've grown very attached to them. I found 3 of their CDs.
Oh my god, it's really intense. First of all, I'm thinking that guy has some mental health problems. and yeah, I was a little bit like taken back by the whole metal bit after that really nice intro. Let me just go back again. Okay, I'm gonna play.
This your first time listening to something like this?
Oh my god, that's very intense. So, I don't really like heavy metal, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, you're a very mellow guy, and the music that you lean towards, even with like your beats and your stuff is is kind of like representative of that. Like you're real chill, and you like you don't always do lo-fi or anything, but you kind of like you lean that way. And you said before you didn't even like hip hop has grown on you, but before that you were in a band and you guys did what type of music?
Rock, like indie rock stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think heavy metal, I can appreciate it. It's way complicated, and there's no way I can play it on guitar. But yeah, it's cool. It's just very intense, and I think that guy had a few mental health problems, but it's cool.
What? Hey, something I was thinking about whenever I was I have 3 of their CDs because I don't know if you guys have like secondhand like shops, but we have like Goodwill and stuff over here, and it's essentially where like people just go ahead and get rid of the things that they don't want anymore, and then other people will go to that place and like buy those things.
Yeah.
And I found 3 of their CDs, and they caught my eye because they had like those 2 girls and him on the front in dresses, and it was like all in Japanese or whatever. And I was just like, what the hell is this? Let me get this. Let me see what's up. And then as I like listened to the CDs, which only have 2 songs on each one of the CDs, they really, I don't know, man, they're high energy. They got me going. So like I've been listening to them on my way to work. Of course, on my way from work, on my way home, I put more of like J. Cole on. You know, I'm winding down, but on my way to work, I'm throwing me on some LadyBaby.
It's good workout music.
Oh yeah. But I wanted to get because there's a lot going on in it, and I wanted to hear some of the things you might have heard, you know, at least from a musical standpoint.
Okay, let me give it another 15 seconds.
Give what 15 seconds?
So I think it's mixed really well, and I like that you can really hear all the instruments as like bass, drums, rhythm guitar, lead guitar. And yeah, it's classic sort of metal band, cutting through really nice. I liked it, and the lead guitar effects are really cool. It's like a whammy or something. Really sick. Yeah, the one thing with metal is they're always like so intricate that I could never imagine how you would make it, in the sense that obviously you make the drums and the guitar and the bass, but everything's just locked in with the kick drum going the whole time. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, really. I don't know. Yeah, I like. It's not my cup of tea, but I can appreciate that it's well made.
Would you do you the guy that mixed it, are you like, oh, congratulations to you? Do you think it'd be harder to mix like a heavy metal song than other songs?
Probably. Maybe. I'm not actually sure. I think the producer's name is on here, but he's I can't understand it because it's in Japanese. I think the way that you mix things across the board is fairly similar.
Relatively the same.
Things have their differences. Like for example, let me try and think. In hip hop, you might still get a distorted guitar solo, which is obviously sounding similar in heavy metal. But then, for example, you wouldn't necessarily have like a drop D bass guitar in a pop song or in a hip hop song. So I think the differences are there, and it would be different. But I think once you know how to mix hip hop and pop, you just learn the nuances of mixing, because mixing and producing are 2 different things. Producing a hip hop track for me is easy. Producing a pop track, yeah, same. But producing a heavy metal track, I don't think I could do that. I probably could give it a go, but I don't know if I'd do it justice. Just like I can't really do EDM, dance music, because I'm just not very good at doing drops. But if I sat down and watched YouTube videos for a day, I could give it a good go.
put your mind to it, you think you could come up with something.
Yeah, exactly. You just
Gotcha.
basically download sample packs that are that genre and just go with it and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. The when it comes to producing a track, what do you think are some of the most like the what are the like the first three things you want to do whenever you are producing a track?
Mm. One is catchy melody, so
Mm-hmm.
people can go away and sing it and remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is have the drums hit hard so you can feel them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And number three is I always want to make it sound as best as I can,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's the way that it's mixed or the quality of the samples that I use. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you use bad samples, it's not going to sound good.
Mm-hmm.
So I always try and invest in the best drum samples that I can,
Do you have to
and
be
all of that's
do you have to be careful whenever you get samples? Because can you get in trouble for like certain samples?
yeah,
Like what
you can.
what qualifies as like an okay sample to use?
Well, the trick is everyone who makes samples now does them royalty free, so you don't have to worry about it.
Does what?
They make them royalty free nowadays, most of the
Mm-hmm.
samples.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I took a song from, say, Aretha Franklin from like the 60s,
Mm-hmm.
and I took the sound from one of her trumpets
Mm-hmm.
for like 6 seconds, and then I put that in a track, I'd have to go and get it approved and cleared. Whereas you can get samples nowadays by all the big sample companies that are all royalty free, so you don't have to worry about them.
Got you,
You just
got you,
put
got
them
you.
in, you can use them as and when you like.
Gotcha. I was curious what the proper avenue was to like getting a sample
Mm.
because you hear all the time sometimes like big name artists, low smaller artists you'll hear in the background like the Cranberries or something, and I just
Hmm.
it kind of walks a line, right? Like I guess as long because not everybody can get the okay from the group. You could
Yeah, definitely.
if it was as easy as to call them up and ask, everybody would do it. But it's hard to you can't really get you can't just pick up the phone and be like, hey, is it okay for me? I know you don't know me, and I have I'm pretty much don't exist. But
Yeah.
is it okay if I use a little bit of your track in my song? Um, of course, whenever you get like a bigger name and stuff behind you, I'm
I
sure.
think like people like Kanye and Drake and J. Cole,
Hmm.
they're that big that
Yeah.
they just let them do it anyway. Whereas what I do is, for some of my songs, for the remixes I do for like funny videos on TikTok and Instagram,
Hmm.
you just use it anyway, and if it gets flagged, it gets flagged. But,
Should I get a TikTok?
um, yeah, you should get TikTok.
Is it really is it fun? I skipped out on
Well,
Musically. I know Musically turned into TikTok. I just
if you want to watch a lot of teenage girls dance, then it's really good. But
ah
I use it because I've been watching a lot of marketing videos, and they're saying if you want to grow your brand, you need to be on TikTok because you can get the best organic reach. Because Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook and Instagram has taken kind of the liberty away from your followers, so it's only really the first 10-15% of your followers see your video,
mm-hmm.
and then the rest kind of see it later on or might not see it.
Mm-hmm.
So TikTok's good because organically it gets your video out there for people to watch.
I'm just always late to the social media party, like whenever
Mm.
whenever a social media's been out, it's like a couple of years in. I'm like, I guess I'll jump on. But
Yeah.
who knows, maybe I'll I don't know, I mean, to be honest, I didn't stay on, but whenever Vine was around, I made like 3 Vines or 3 or 4, and
Hmm.
I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it's fun to come up with a little quick 6 second clip.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of people on Vine are on TikTok and they like it. There's so much TikTok. A part of me is like TikTok's a bit lame, but I really do like putting videos out there and seeing where they go. For example, a remix of Justin Bieber song. It's had like
Mm-hmm.
85 views, not many, but it's doing well, and it's just getting me out there as a producer, and hopefully that translates over to my Instagram, my YouTube channel, and then eventually once I'm gaining more followers, I can put together some EPs and albums and release them and hopefully get some streaming revenue. And
Which speaking of EPs, I'm super excited for Rap and Meditation to come out.
dropping 29th of the 2nd,
Yeah.
2020.
Man,
So that is.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to talk about the EP for a minute?
Yeah, definitely we can.
Sounds good.
I mean, it makes sense, especially with both me and you being the people that put it together.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a great idea.
The I was thinking I'll probably make a video to post like right after the EP drops, explaining, the parallels and the storytelling I was doing. You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, you need to do like. I've got a really bad cough. It's been around for like 2 weeks, but yeah, you need to do like a behind the EP video, and behind the track. That'd be a really cool way of building more content around the EP. So it's not just people go on it once or skip it, but they see you talk about it and your passion behind it, and then the sort of people get to know you more as the artist as well. I think it's a really good idea. That's why I do behind the beat videos, so people can get to know me.
Do you think I should, because I didn't know if I should drop an explanation to tracks after it dropped, or maybe I could kind of do like not a trailer, but like I was considering doing like a trailer or a commercial or something for my channel where I would just explain kind of the idea of the EP before it dropped. But I didn't know if
that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, you don't think I'd be giving away too much information about it or anything?
No, just do like 15-second clips of each track, 10 seconds maybe, and then you talking about it, and use Rap and Meditation as the background song that when you're talking over.
Yeah, just quietly in the back.
Spoiling the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, hey guys, my new EP's dropping. It's gonna be sweet. This is why I wrote it. This is the meaning behind it. And then you can say, I'm dropping it on this day, and then every third day I'm going to drop a behind the track video song story type thing.
Oh, so I could do like a light examination of each track, but then I could do the behind the track every, like you said, third day or whatever, but it'd be a more in detail of like the bars and like what they meant, as opposed to a slight overview.
Yeah, and in the trailer video, you more just do an overview of the whole thing as a whole, and then you go in detail on each track in the video.
I like that.
I think that would be good content.
And then in between those, of course, I'll drop my epic rap battle reactions and stuff.
Yeah, and just then do your normal stuff. But that's the cool thing, because if you drop an EP and you just drop an EP and that's it, people are going to not listen. Whereas if you drop an EP, make content about it, little snippet videos, even then you should go make music videos for each track, and then you can drop them every other week or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And just keep it ongoing for a few weeks, and then hopefully you gain traction with that and more subscribers.
I'm also really excited, speaking about behind the track and stuff. I'm super excited for that thing you hit me up to drop, memories.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, I came up with a cool idea to do a series of videos called Beatmaker and a Rapper Collab. I've already done one with Jekyll on my YouTube channel. It's really good. But I sent Wyatt a track with some vocals on it that I had, and then I sent him over the track to record on, and he wrote some really good lyrics. And I still have yet to post a YouTube video, but it's on my Instagram. But that will be dropping very shortly.
Well, the reason you dropped it on the Instagram too is because it was part of that competition.
Yes, that is true.
So
it was a part of the competition. The one with Jekyll wasn't, but then I had the idea that the track at the beat I made was also for this competition. I also thought that you would kill it, so killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, for sure. That was, man. And whenever, it's funny because at first I didn't even know what it was for. I remember you were just like, hey, can you rap a couple of verses on here? And I was just like, all right, yeah, bet. I did it. We recorded it. And then I was like, oh, by the way, what is this for?
Yeah, that was kind of my bad as well, just not saying anything. But yeah, we'll see if I win. I probably won't, but you never know who's listening out there.
Hey,
But,
I'm just...
my plan is I did make another track today that has some nice vocals on, and I'm yet to decide who I'm going to send it to. But I do have a list here of names of people who said they would be up for doing these kind of tracks. So one of them's Legend, another one is Retrack, Mr. Ill, and Hollow. So
if
you need to listen.
If I were to send my vote into there, I would say, I mean, it's hard for me to vote against Legend, you know? And plus,
he's my guy.
Plus, unfortunately, he just messed up his toe. So he's going to be free for like 2 weeks.
I know. What's great about Legend is he's one of the best rappers that I know. His freestyles are great. His lyrics are really good. And also, quick plug, he has just dropped an EP.
Hey.
And it is great. I mixed it all. One of my beats is on there for the track I Know. So go check it out. It's really good.
Is that on his channel now?
Yeah.
The whole EP's on his channel?
Yeah, even Wyatt's in it on a song called Peace of Mind, singing the hook.
Oh, that's out now?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, no one told me.
Well, yeah, it's out. I don't know if Legend's done much plugging, but he said I could plug it. So.
Jeez, yeah. I didn't even get it. I didn't even get told. I didn't even hear the mix of how the hook sounded.
Oh right, well it sounded good.
Okay.
We did we with that song it was really good, but we couldn't get it sounding right, so we tried a few different people on the hook and a few different stuff like that, but it's come out really good now, and
oh man,
I really like it. Maybe we can link it in the video.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll put it in. I'll put links to his channel, your channel, and that song in particular. That's so crazy, man. It's funny because I was wondering what had become of that, and I remember before he had told me. He said, like you said, tried a few different people, but couldn't get it sounding the way he wanted. So I was just like, shoot, send me a link, and I have a little bit of free time. I think he caught me on a day off, so I was like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. And then he sent that to the other people that were on the song, and were like, he had to get the okay from them and stuff, and they were impressed with my high note hitting, which I gotta tell you, I you know what has really helped besides that book is the Memories song that we did. I feel like I'm starting to get, like, a buddy of mine that sings too. He does like plays and stuff, like musicals. And he said he told me, he was like, you never were bad at singing. He said, but your control is getting so much better.
I've noticed that. Like when I'm rolling in a bit of auto tune, not that you need it all the time. Sometimes having it off sometimes makes it sound better. I noticed that especially with you're singing in Memories, it sounded really good. But yeah, so I might have to send it on to Legend, see what he thinks.
Oh yeah.
Then I want to drop an EP, a BattlBeats EP.
Ooh.
Maybe four tracks with everyone who I've collaborated with.
Try
and push it.
BattlBeats EP, that sounds cool. I really like that concept.
I think it'd be good. And then it's because the problem with producers is that, like, yes, they get the royalties and all this, but like what makes me most impressive, because I want to be able to release music under my name, not just for example, song name by artist, and then sometimes or sometimes not produced by BattlBeats. I want it to be song name, BattlBeats featuring, for example,
Yeah.
Legend,
You're changing the
Wire,
game.
whatever. Yeah, like, you know Avicii, who sings, "Don't wake me up when it's all over." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he released that song as himself, but he didn't sing on it. He gets people to sing, but it's still his song. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
feature.
Got
So
you.
that's kind of what I want to do.
That's cool. I really like that. That's cool. If yeah, yeah, yeah. I could man, now I'm just thinking about cool artwork you could do for the
Hmm.
cover and stuff too.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Battle Beats. Oh, also something I was gonna ask, because you know me, I always put produced by Battle Beats. I always put that somewhere.
Hmm.
I mean, in the artwork, you're in the stars.
I'm
uh,
there like Obi-Wan Kenobi talking to Luke Skywalker.
yeah, exactly. I'm there meditating, and you're my force ghost, Jedi master.
Exactly, shredding away.
Yeah, which works out great too. Man, the more I listen to it and I see the artwork, they combine so well.
Yeah.
Even in that Peace of Mind song, I talk about not being in the same place and I'm floating somewhere off into outer space. Like, and I was looking at the artwork, I'm just like, ah, it's beautiful.
Hmm.
It all matches up. So, and he didn't even hear Peace of Mind whenever he made that artwork.
All right,
He
that's
just had the idea of meditation and transcending whenever he made that artwork.
that's cool.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
guys, Ryan, the guy that does my artwork, we just gonna keep plugging. His name is OR Ash on Instagram, and he actually works on a channel called Ink Tank, which does like Ben 10 stuff, and he does comic books for this thing called 5 Years Later. Which, bro, we are all like, all my friends are so talented, and like we're all growing out here. Like that, him especially, like their channel is getting pretty big. Like it like some of their videos get millions of views actually.
Really?
Yeah, and he oh, there, it's actually changing into like a company. You know, whenever a YouTube company turns into like a LLC,
Hmm.
they're in the process of doing that now.
Oh wow, that's good.
Crazy. I mean, I look at people like We Scheme and stuff. I'm like, that just a few months ago they were like on the same plane as everybody else, and now they've just shot up. That just lends itself, you know, how all it takes is like one or two videos, and then you could just really get the ball rolling.
Definitely. And some people you can see are built for it, and some you can see aren't. And it's definitely good to see these guys just roll with the massive subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
I can't wait until I'm making like an actual like another source of income off of YouTube. That'll be cool.
Yeah,
It's all
that's
part.
really kind of
It's all part of the dream.
exactly. Because as much as I love my job, I'd much rather have my income coming from stuff I love doing even more, like music. It's not to say that I don't like my job, because I do, just in case my boss is listening.
Yeah.
I'm sure,
I love you, boss.
yeah, you're the best boss ever.
Yeah.
But no, like I think like anyone, you've got to do what you love, and music is what I love. So, yeah, gonna keep pushing.
100%. If you can do what it is that is your dream, that's one of those things where they're like, you won't feel like you've worked a day in your life. Because to be honest, I can spend hours and hours and hours making music and not think anything of it. But
Hmm.
then you spend hours and hours at your job, even if you do like it, you're still like, damn, I've been here a while.
Yeah, it's true.
So that oh, and I'm part of the dream, right? And my vision is, you know, you're making music, you're making videos, you're getting a source of income from YouTube, and then eventually that can lead to like meeting of the people on in the fam, you know, our group and stuff. And like
Mm,
I still wonder if that Florida trip's ever gonna happen. And to be honest, if I ever have a decent amount of income, I am gonna come visit you in the UK.
definitely. I don't know about
Oh,
Florida. Actually,
hold
we
on,
haven't
time
really
out.
talked about
Time
it.
out.
It might be a
Drop the
bit too
phone.
late to buy the flights now, but we'll just have to see.
I think it takes a second for the mic or for the headphones to like recognize. All right, go ahead
Are you
and talk.
there?
Yeah, yeah,
Hello.
yeah, 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 yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened there.
I dropped the phone. That's on
Uh,
that's on me.
no worries.
But what I was saying is I definitely want to come visit you in the UK, and then I still have that vision of like us all meeting up somewhere, if it's in Florida or whatever, just hanging out and actually getting to meet each other.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because you know what? The only people in the fam that have met each other is me and 10K. We've actually hung out a couple of times.
And that's because you guys are both over there, in the UK.
Yeah, he's only like an hour and 20 minutes away.
Oh yeah, to be honest, I forget what state Legend is in, but I have and
He's in Colorado, isn't
Colorado.
he? Yeah.
I'd go
North Carolina. No, North Carolina.
North
Maybe.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Get
No,
you.
yeah, not North Carolina. Jekyll's in Colorado.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Get your states right. What? You don't know you don't know you don't know all the US. I know you said
Hey,
you
bro,
got like
I did fill out the 50 states and I think I got like 46. So I did
46
quite.
46 is better than most people I know that I that I
Yeah.
could I guarantee you I could probably get 5 or 10 people just as a test group from where I work at, and I bet they wouldn't be able to get over 30.
Why? Are they just dumb?
Well, I'll try to. What I'll do is in the test group, I'll pick varying IQs. How about that?
Do a video about it.
That wouldn't be that'd be decent content. I'll just walk up to them. You know, it's kind of like there's this video I watched recently. Of course, fitness videos are something that pops on my YouTube as well. And this guy, he walked from person like bodybuilder to bodybuilder. Some fitness YouTubers, some are just IFBB pros and stuff. And he walked
Mhm.
up to him and he asked him what their weight and what their height was. And you know how a lot of people fib about how tall they are or what their weight is.
Yeah.
They would say, "Oh, you know, I'm 6 foot and I weigh 260 pounds or whatever," and he'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool, cool." And then he would reach into his little plastic bag and he'd pull out a scale,
Oh no.
and then he'd put the scale on the ground. He'd be like, "You just go ahead and step on that for me."
That's good content actually.
That's good quality content. One dude did get pissed off at him, and
Really?
they actually wanted to like fight him and like meet him in the parking lot,
Oh no.
which
I remember
also,
watching. I remember what one video I used to like watching on YouTube was pranks. And I
uh
remember
huh.
this one prank where this guy had a water bottle, and he was pretending to pee on this expensive car, and it was like these guys were raging because you know what like middle-aged men are like about the cars. They like love it more than the wife.
Oh
These
yeah.
guys were raging, man. They were raging. It was sweet.
Like somebody peeing on your car is really gonna hurt it.
Exactly.
That's funny. He just that I think I seen one like kind of like that with a water bottle, where someone would be in a stall next to someone else, and he'd see their foot from the stall, and they would just kind of like put the water bottle like on their shoe a little bit. They'd be like, "Hey!"
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
It's good quality content for us, but then you're like, man, they're gonna get beat up.
Mm. Yeah, feel for that dude.
But the to hop back on the old nerdy music train, the the EP Rap and Meditate. So you think it's a good idea for me to go and do kind of a little short video, kind of like explaining the idea and the premise, and then
Mm-hmm.
after each track, drop like a behind the scenes type of like a more this is my thought when I was going into it. This is how it turned out, and this is what the bars mean, like a breakdown thing.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, for each song. Yeah.
And then that's just more content, which just means more like daily uploads too, because
Mm-hmm.
that's part of the grind is consistency. Because it feels like, I don't know if it feels like this to you, but if you don't post something even a day or two, you're like, damn, they forget that I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. If you, yeah, it is a fear that you're not gonna be remembered. It's posting daily is a tough thing, but when you don't, you beat yourself up about it.
Especially when you got like a bunch of other stuff going on, but you just can't make excuses. You just gotta You just got to do it. You can relax once you have those multiple sources of income and you're doing well, and maybe then you could take a day or two, but until then you just got to tough it out, sweat and bleed for what you love.
Exactly. You got to grind it. Got to grind it. But yeah, it is good. I'll tell you what.
What's up?
It's because on Mondays is usually my day off, so I usually get to grind it out on music. But half my day got taken up by just doing jobs around the house and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah. You feel better though. Oh, I don't know if you do, but I feel better once I get like the house cleaned up, dishes done, stuff moved around.
Exactly, because when you know you've done the things that are important that you need to get done, when you go into making videos or music or whatever, you just have like a zone where you're just in it and you just keep going. So I got a lot of stuff done today, whereas over the weekend I didn't get as much as I'd like to get done. So it's always nice to have one of those days where you know you've done well.
You were saying though? You were saying something about half your day got taken up, but then what?
But then when I did all the stuff that I needed to do, then when I went and made music, I just was in a flow and I just got loads done, loads of stuff. Yeah, not maybe everything, but I did get a lot done, so it was good.
Heck yeah. So have you thought about our cut? Is it gonna be like the Jekyll one? It was the videos that I sent you where I was kind of talking about the process a little bit. Was that enough? Did you like it?
Well, I tried to find it and I couldn't find it on my email this morning.
What?
So can you resend it to me?
Yeah, for sure. I'll send it back.
We'll have to cut that out of the podcast, but
do what?
We might have to cut that out of the podcast.
Cut what out of the podcast?
Me asking you to send me it again.
Nah, it's no big deal. We real. Look, that's
Exactly.
part of what.
I don't think you actually sent it to me.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Well, maybe I just couldn't find it.
I saw. Hey, if I have to resend it, that's cool. I mean, that's part of what, like, how we make our music. We send the emails back and forth until we get it right.
Exactly.
But maybe, I mean, there's a chance. Maybe I just sent the music video bit and I didn't send the behind the scenes clip bits.
Maybe we'll just have to see.
I'll have to look back. I hope it's there. If not, I'll just I'll just record me being like, all right, look. So this is memories, all right. I was kind of thinking this whenever I was writing this. There was something real about Jekyll's. I really liked that video you guys made.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, and I've had like a load of people hit me up saying they want to do that kind of video as well. So it's really good.
See, that's just and then that's you collaborating, and the collaborations and putting your name and what you do in different places is really like, it's almost like you won't be ignored. Like they have to see what you're putting out there, your content.
Yeah, like the other day I was watching, because me and Jekyll worked on a track called "Fuck the VA." It's got, like,
which has done well, I noticed.
Yeah, it's got over like 13k views, and I watched a reaction by Mad Hatter, and at the end of the video he said, "Oh yeah," and because the video says "beat by an audio by BattlBeats," and he went, "Oh yeah, great track, and it's by a good, well-known producer of the YouTube community." I was like,
hey,
really? Like, man, how the hell, are you sure about that? I'm just me. I don't know. It was kind of cool hearing that, but yeah, more people know me than maybe I realize, which is a good thing because my music speaks.
I mean, especially like in the artist YouTube rap community, like even if some of your stuff on YouTube isn't getting the views that it definitely deserves, you're still working with and doing other things besides what is in front of the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm always DMing rappers and always just get to know pardon me. Always getting to know people better and seeing what beats fit them that I've made and how we can work together and stuff like this. Like I remember when I first started the channel, it was me and Legend were just always chatting and getting to know each other before I knew anyone else, and he used to just send me beats like, oh, bro, I think you need to work on your drums because they don't hit hard enough or they're not. So he used to send me like beats and I was like, oh man, like I think I was like, oh man, I think they sound good, but I hear what you're saying. So then I'd make beats and I'd send them to him and he'd be like, yeah, that's a lot better, a little bit more like this. And he was really good at helping help me shape the way that I do my drums, because I've never been good at playing. I can play a basic beat on the drum kit, but I'm not. They never came easy, whereas piano and guitar and melodies and stuff like that did. So he was really good at helping me create really good drums. So yeah,
well, especially because you said hip hop wasn't your first like music that you were into. So
yeah, I've got really into it now, especially over the past few years. So, and I prefer to listen to like the underground guys more than I do like the big time guys.
Yeah.
But I still like to listen to, J. Cole, Post Malone, Kanye, Drake, and stuff like that. Even 50 Cent back in the day, I used to like listening to him.
I don't know what you heard about me, but if you can't get $1 out of me, hey.
My favorite one is Many Men. Da, 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 da.
Many men. Get Rich or Die Trying was one of my favorite albums. Oh well, yeah, good film, but like my favorite album, like it was like I put that in my top 5 albums of all time for me personally, just because of what it meant to me listening to it. And then whenever I was a kid, I only had 2 CDs. I only had 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying, and then Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP.
Oh right, nice. Have you watched Power?
I have not watched Power.
Because that's produced by 50 Cent.
Yes, I know of it, and I know that he produces it, but I have not watched it.
He's acting in it as well. The finale actually was last night.
Like the last finale ever, right? Because he's going to be doing
season 6.
Yeah, he's going to be doing another show that is connected to it in some way, but that's the
prequel or sequel or something. But
But
it's good.
One of my favorite songs of all time, actually, is him and Eminem, and it's on Get Rich or Die Trying, and it's Patiently Waiting, and I don't know if you remember that.
Maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head.
He's just like, Eminem comes in, he's like, as I lay on the table, they operating to save you. It's like an angel came to you, sent from the heavens above. They think they crazy, but they ain't crazy. Let's face it, shit, basically, they just playing some game. Shit, they ain't saying shit 50. A to the K, get my way, I bring Dre in with me and turn this day into fucking mayhem. You staying with me? Don't let me lose you. I'm not trying to confuse you when I let loose with this Uzi and just shoot through your Zuzu. You get the message, am I getting through to you? You know what's coming, you motherfuckers don't even know, do you? Take some big and some pot, mix them up in a pot, sprinkle a little bit yellow top. What the fuck do you got? You got the realest and nillest killers tied up in a knot, the juggernauts of this rap shit. Like it or not, it's like a fight to the top. Soon as 50 signs on the dot. What you know about death threats? Cause I get a lot. Shady Records was 80 seconds away from the top, but some cowards fucked with the wrong building. They meant to hit ours. I love it. It's my jam.
I think I can tell.
Yeah, you know, whatever. You could just, every word to a song. And it's funny because there's certain songs that I know every word to, but then I'm over here struggling to memorize my own lyrics.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? You just need to listen to your own stuff like all the time. Do you plan on doing live shows ever, or is that not something you've thought about?
Oh, I would love to do live shows, but I always thought that to be honest, up until me and you made Rap and Meditate, I didn't think anything that first of all, most of the stuff I was using was like possibly copyrighted material, so I didn't want to get in trouble for that. And then, which I guess wouldn't be too big of a deal at a live show, but still, just in case someone was like, I don't know. I just always kind of thought like maybe someone would be in the audience or something and just be like, hey, that doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, maybe, but if you keep it legit and just keep using beats that know that you've got the rights to use, then yeah, go for it.
100%. Now that the Rapid Meditation EP came out, I could definitely see going around, and I do have a couple of friends that have let me know that there are some small gigs I could be doing, and if I was to do live gigs, I think it would definitely be like, how artist will do whatever album it is, and that'll be their tour. I think I would do something like that. It'd be the rap and meditation tour. And obviously my sets wouldn't be that long.
No.
Maybe I'd throw in like a random track or two I did back in the day, you know, something I started out doing. But the rap and meditation tour just sounds cool as hell too.
It does. Maybe you need to make another EP in the next few months, so then you've got another 4 or 5 tracks to go with.
You're right. I thought about it could be. I've actually considered this a sequel to rap and meditation, and you know how it makes the whole story and the parallels between meditation and death and going through the stages of grief. Imagine. I thought about going one of two ways with it, and I guess right now for this nerdcast, they can hear a little bit of my thought process. I was thinking of either going the direction of being in hell and having 5 tracks where I could make my way up and out of hell and possibly make it to like purgatory, because you know the levels of it would go hell, purgatory, then eventually heaven.
Yeah.
So I thought about having a storyline like that. And there was a track that I wrote a long time. Well, at one time I had this Windows phone, man, and I had over 80 complete songs wrote in this phone.
Oh wow.
And I lost them all. Oh. The phone quit working. I didn't have anything backed up. It hurt. It hurt, man, because a few of them I was like, if I had 80 of them, I was really happy with probably about 45 of them.
That's good.
And they one of them was literally where I had a rap battle with the devil for like a mic of gold.
Oh wow.
Because I don't know if you've
seen Tenacious D.
Yes.
Destiny.
Yes.
Like that.
It was a bit like that, and then you know how back in the day there was that song "Devil Went Down to Georgia." Well, you know, it was for the Fiddle of Gold, and I thought it'd be funny to throw in a bunch of different references to the devil and Satan, and things that he's done in the past, and like, of course, I made the devil's bars hard. I made them hard, but of course, mine
feature on that.
Hey, yeah. Oh, he could be some demons.
Yeah.
That would be the one for the Jekyll feature. Hey, you mind, Jekyll? You mind being some demons for the Satan's rap? Actually, that sounds terrific.
He would love that.
But yeah, man, I
do like the idea. I like the concept.
Yeah.
I think the good thing is you're telling a story and you're getting somewhere where it's a good, positive place. So you start in a low place and you get to a positive place. So yeah, I like it, man.
And I thought it'd be a neat concept just because this first one was kind of like parallels between the two and you didn't know what was happening. And then this would be just like such a juxtaposition between rap and meditation to now you're working your way through hell.
It's a good idea.
Be nuts, I thought. Get out of here, Nat. Do you guys have... No, that's a dumb question. I was gonna ask if you guys have gnats in the UK, but of course you do. Right?
Like flies.
Well, kind of like flies, but they're smaller.
Maybe we probably do. If anyone's British listening, and I'm saying that we don't, I don't know. That sounds stupid, but
that's why I wasn't gonna ask, because I was like, oh, is that a dumb question? Of course.
Yeah, we get flies. It's good.
But yeah, that's probably pretty good, man. We can end it there unless is there anything you want to tack on to the end here?
I'm not really sure. I think we've covered a lot of things.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about us making music, projects that we've worked on together, people we've worked with, things that we want to post in the future.
A little bit of nerdy stuff about the Flash.
We did talk a little bit about the Flash and superheroes, because it's funny, we in the podcast we literally were just like, we'll probably talk about superheroes at some point, and then we immediately talked about superheroes.
Yeah, I think I heard that one. It was good.
But all right, that I mean, you could tell them like you could plug your stuff real quick if you like.
Yeah, cool. So I am BattlBeats. I make hip hop beats. Kind of got a chill vibe to them. I'm a chill guy. Yeah, I've got a bunch of videos on YouTube, a few tutorials on Instagram and YouTube as well. And I make funny videos on TikTok. And I've got a lot of collaborations coming along the way. So keep your eyes on my channels and yeah, check it out. For those that made it all the way to the end and you're a rapper, I also have got a bunch of free beats that you can hop on if you want. It's in the link in my Instagram bio. So yeah, go jump on them.
And then you'll hear, it's BattlBaby.
Yeah, that's my tag. It's really cool.
All right,
It's the best
dope.
one I've ever heard.
You said ever in the history of beats ever. It's the greatest. It's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. The a few of the tags for stuff that of music I've listened to down here is there was one that went beans and cornbread. So I knew you would love that because you're always messing with me about chicken wings and brisket.
And brisket. Oh, dude.
I
love that food. I can't wait to come to Texas and have some authentic stuff.
Oh yes, I will take you. Look, you can take me wherever to get some authentic food. Plus, we'll go to the. That will make for great content. So real quick before we end it, Battle over there has a place that like does barbecue and stuff for.
It's called Billy Bob's.
It's hilarious. We looked at the the website for it and they just kept, oh, bring your youngins down, youngins. I was like, oh, this looks great, but you said the food's real good, right?
Yeah, it is. I went there on Saturday and had boneless chicken wings, buffalo chicken wings, and I had a New York deli burger.
Yeah,
they also got Louisiana ribs, onion straws.
Man.
I had mac and cheese. Oh, it was good. Although I did feel a bit ill after because I ate too much.
Making me hungry. I know what I'm gonna do as soon as I end this podcast. I'm about to walk directly backwards and raid my fridge.
I know. I need to have some food. I'm pretty hungry.
All right.
Good. Anyway, thanks for having me on, man. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thanks for talking. And this is a cool podcast because it's going to have the video, the audio, and then literally we're like closing the gap because we're across literally we could call it the pond, but an entire ocean.
Exactly. We're crossing Lake Atlanta. Atlantic. No.
It's fine. We don't need to know oceans, and we don't need to know if gnats.
We need to know about music.
We just need to know about the music, and yeah, that's it. Until next time, check y'all later. This has been the Nerd Word. I'm Wyatt. Oh yeah, this is the part where you just go, I'm BattlBeats, and then we say goodbye. I'm Wyatt.
And I'm BattlBeats.
And we'll see you nerds later. Bye, nerds.
See you.
Rap and meditation.